Good morning, my friends. Welcome to another sketch session. Today is Thursday, February 5th. February 5th. And today we are continuing on our memory keeping series. Last couple days I have been drawing houses from my own life, from my own past. Today I'm going to be breaking that slightly, and I'm not going to be drawing a house, but I'm going to be drawing an apartment building because today I want to draw the first apartment that John and I had together, and the little sort of dinky apartment building that it was in. So I'm going to do what I've been doing the last couple of days, where I'm going to be using a nib pen and some good old fashioned black India ink, and we're gonna try drawing this thing. So let me flip on over. Yeah, that's fine. And first of all, first thing I'm going to do is let's figure out some perspective lines. We're going to be doing 1 point perspective once again. So I'm trying to figure out, like, where do I want my horizon to be? Yeah, that seems good. Okay. And just for funsies, let's have the perspective be over here. No, let's have it be in the center. Plain Jane. I don't want to complicate it. I'll do that another time. Okay. Put that away. I'm going to just do some quick perspective lines. Oh, not so much. All right. Good morning, Brenda Lee. How are you doing this morning? Oh, excuse me. We have gotten some snow showers this morning, and it's coming down like little styrofoam balls. Feels like fake snow. Good morning, Ellen, Linda. Okay, so I'm going to start by defining kind of the edges of my building here. And I'll go ahead and define the top and the bottom. And while I'm at it, I'll go ahead and just also date this. February 5th. Okay. Kind of using that dot method to kind of create something of a guide without having to draw all the lines right away. All right. Oh, let's give this thing a try. Let's figure it out. All right. That's not perfectly straight, but who cares? So I'm going to go ahead and put a. I feel like there was a lip at the top of the building, probably, most likely. I never did get a glass dip pen. Oh, I'm so sorry though that poor Cappuccino's not feeling well. Hopefully it passes soon and he's able to get back to normal. So there's 3 floors. So I guess before I go starting to add things, let me figure out the proportions here. I may have already messed up the proportions. It's fine. We'll figure it out. Let's say that's level 1. No. Hold on. From here. That ought to do it. Something like that. Hello, Helena. And you're right, Brenda Lee. It is so hard when poor pets can't tell you what's wrong. Okay, I may have gotten the steps proportions a little wonky, but we're going to do our best to roll with this. Oh yeah, super wonky. That's okay. That's fine. I am drawing. I'm doing a series on memory keeping, and for this first week, we're focusing on places, homes, places that we've lived or dwelled that were important to us. This is our first apartment building. And I'm trying to draw it from memory, which has been so far not bad, but this one might be a weirdly proportioned building. Yes, so the last couple, one house was from my childhood. One house was from the house that John and I bought in 2019. And this one is our first apartment building, or our first apartment. lot of colorful characters lived in this building. This is when John and I first moved to Illinois, and he started law school. John does not still practice law. No, he right after he graduated, he took the bar, got barred as a lawyer, and then we started working together. I definitely got the proportions wonky on this. Oh well. And thanks, Brenda Lee. On the good way of memory keeping. That's nice. I'm excited to be doing it finally. You saw the house that you lived in over 30 years ago, 35 years ago. You painted it purple and it's still purple. That is so cool. I would be giddy. Agreed, DNA. It's nice kind of taking some time to reflect. Okay. So now we're going up a flight of stairs. Oh, but I guess first let me do, there was a single basement unit. And then there was a matching side, but that was like, I think where all the utilities were on the other side of the basement. Hey there, Masked Max. Masked Mask. Masked Max. Wow, that's a tongue twister all in its own. This one was our unit. We were on the second floor on the left side, this facing way, the left side of the building. This one's definitely a bit more of a mess, but it kind of works because this building was a bit of a mess. In this building alone, we had bed bugs, thanks to a neighbor who liked to go dumpster diving at the laundromat across the street and then bring things home. And we also, when we moved in, our neighbor, this neighbor, was the source of all of the roaches in the building. What a time. Eventually, all of that got exterminated, but it was quite the experience. Yeah, I definitely got the proportions all wonky. Thanks, Max. Hey there, Max. I am drawing a building from my past. This is the building where my partner and I had our first apartment. Oh, yeah, Linda, I've got all kinds of stories from this building. The neighbor who was upstairs, one of the neighbors upstairs, she and her partner would get into like screaming fights all the time. And one time, John and I came back from, a day of being out. I don't remember what we were doing, but we came back and the door was hanging on one hinge. The front door, not our personal apartment door, but the door was hanging on one single hinge. And someone had tried to use a stake, like to stab a steak knife into the door, but the door was metal. So they ended up sticking it in the only bit that they could do, which was the framing around this little window was wood. And so they stuck this little knife in that wood to like send a message or something. And we were just like, oh, yikes. That's not ideal. Oh, bed bugs are the worst. An assistant brought them to me about 9 years ago, had to exterminate twice. Yeah. Bed bugs are truly just the absolute freaking worst. 100% agree. Okay, so here there was a path coming out. Yeah, thing is that I was complaining about bites for a full year before the bug guys finally found it. Because after the roaches, we moved in, there were the roaches. We complained, we made a big fuss. Eventually, the landlord got Terminex to come, and then they started coming once a month just for like regular checkups and maintenance and stuff. We actually got to know them; they were really nice guys. But I was complaining about bites for 1 year, and they checked twice with no luck. They checked the bed and they checked places where they thought bed bugs would be. No luck. And it wasn't until the third time that they checked that they found the bed bugs that I had been complaining about. And it's just that I have super sensitive skin. John wasn't getting anything. It was just me. So we thought it was an allergy for a while. I actually ended up going to the doctor and spending a ton of money that I didn't have to be told that they didn't know what it was because we'd ruled out bed bugs, naturally. Eventually, once they did find it, we had to fumigate the whole apartment. We had to take our cat to the park, which he hated. We had him a little carrier. Thankfully, the weather was nice, but we definitely went through it. It sucked. Hey, thanks so much, Sazzle. Sazzle P ASMR. And we also had to get rid of our couch. The couch wasn't salvageable, which sucked. It was a really comfy couch. And again, we didn't have money. Okay, now tilt this a little bit. Now that first apartment was very, very first apartment coded. You know, it had all the rough edges. But now that I'm not in it, I don't mind because it makes for some interesting stories. Also, thanks so much, Sazzle. One thing I really liked about this apartment is that we had a clawfoot tub. Like a good old-fashioned very vintage clawfoot tub. I love taking baths in that thing. Especially because our back patio, not our back patio, we didn't have a patio, but our back window on the far end of the apartment, so like the opposite side of our apartment, was the bathroom. It was on the far end. And the bathroom overlooked the bar next door, their little beer garden. And so they had karaoke and stuff. And so on like warm summer nights, I remember like opening the window and then taking a bath and just listening to the crowd below. I always liked that. I like the noise of it. Hey there, Mr. Amanda. You like drawing too? Rock on. What kind of stuff do you like to draw? Yep. Brenda Lee, you get it. Bed bugs suck. And the thing is that like I was sure for a year that it was bed bugs because I was an RA in college. I worked, at the dorms, a resident assistant, and we had to do training. And one of the things that we did training on, how to identify bed bugs. Yeah, 0 out of 10 do not recommend. Oh, how long have I been drawing? Max, I've been drawing since I was little baby child. But I did kind of have a hiatus from it whenever I graduated high school and was all throughout college. I kind of sort of struggled to to feel like it was all right to draw because it felt irresponsible and silly and a waste of time. But eventually I got back into it in a big way. Oh, you had a clawfoot when you were a teenager, Brenda Lee? That's so nice. And you're right, DNA. It takes living in a less than ideal place to really appreciate like the nicer places that you live later in life. Oh, I feel you, Mr. Amanda. I I feel that indeed. I am clinically depressed, which sounds really intense, but I am diagnosed depressed. Medication and everything, and drawing absolutely helps, I gotta say. All right. Well, I think let me maybe add a little bit of let's see, is there anything else that I'm forgetting here? I don't think so. The front of the building was pretty plain. Maybe maybe I'll do just a little like tile edge pieces or something. I don't know. Nice. Max, drawn since you were 11, 24 now. That's some good years under your belt. Keep at it. It only gets better. All right. I think that's everything for this. There really wasn't much else going on. I guess let me just kind of I don't know, add some more chaos to the edges. little bit of shading to the steps here. Oh yeah, shading the second step, and then I'm done. Yeah, I'm drawing without a reference right now. I am flying blind. I'm trying to do it from memory. And right after I hop off of this call, I'm going to look at this building and see what I'm missing, because I feel like I'm also missing the numbers, like the actual address numbers on the, I think they were on the front, but I don't remember what they were or what they looked like. All right. I think that's that. I'm going to clean off my nib here. Cap my ink so I don't make a mess. And let's take a good look at this all together. Nice. Not bad. Not bad. We got some house from yesterday. House from yesterday. Day before. Now we got this. All right. We're getting a nice little pack of memories collected up here. All right. Everyone, thank you so much for joining me. This was lovely as always. This is always a joy. Tomorrow I'm going to do another different home or building from my life. I'm not sure what yet, but I will talk to you all later. I'll see you tomorrow. And if I don't see you tomorrow, then I'll see you sometime soon. But thanks so much for hanging out, stopping by. I will catch you all next time. Bye, everybody.